What's up guys, Aaron here, back with another video. In today's video we're going to be doing the full review of the Apple iPad Air 2. So the Apple iPad Air 2 is what Apple believes a tablet should be, and with many competitors in this space, including the Samsung Galaxy Note series, the upcoming Nokia N1, and we can't forget about the just released Nexus 9 running stock vanilla Android with the newly showcased Android 5.0 Lollipop, can Apple's iPad Air 2 prove to reign king in the tablet world? Without further delay, let's go ahead and begin the full review of the Apple iPad Air 2. First up is the design and the hardware. The iPad Air 2 has a 9.7-inch LED backlit multi-touch display with IPS technology with a resolution of 2048 by 1536 for an effective PPI of 264 and features a fully laminated display with both a fingerprint-resistant coating as well as the anti-reflective coating applied to the screen. Now in terms of dimensions, the iPad Air 2 measures in at 240 millimeters tall, 169.5 millimeters wide, and is 6.1 millimeters thin, and weighs in at just under a pound at 437 grams for the Wi-Fi unit and 444 grams for the cellular unit. Now underneath the hood we have Apple's new A8X chip with a 64-bit architecture accompanied with an M8 Motion coprocessor, and also has two additional upgrades that haven't been featured in any past iOS device, and that is 2 gigabytes of RAM as well as a triple-core processor. Another mentionable feature in this year's iPad is the welcomed addition of Touch ID, which is very accurate. The iPad Air 2 features a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera capable of capturing 720p HD video and features extremely rich clarity while performing a FaceTime call. On the back of the device, we have a heavily upgraded 8 megapixel rear eyesight camera capable of capturing 1080p video with autofocus and an f2.4 aperture. Next, we ran some speed tests and benchmarks via speedtest.net and Geekbench 3, which tests both the speed of the device as well as the overall benchmarks of the device. Now we got a ping score of 23, a download speed of 11.18, and an upload speed of 0.87 megabytes per second. Now in terms of benchmarks, we get a single core score of 1,812 and a multi-core score of 4,471. Next is video and still image quality. The iPad Air 2 has an 8 megapixel rear eyesight camera capable of capturing 1080p video, time-lapse video, and slow motion video at 120 frames per second. Video looks extremely crisp and all color tones are extremely accurate. The camera user interface is very simple to use and overall provides a very pleasant experience when capturing any type of footage, whether that be video or still images. Now taking a closer look at still images, the iPad Air 2 delivers very accurate photos at 8 megapixels, and both video and still images remain crisp even in low light. Next is web performance. Loading up data-heavy websites such as SmartGlassFans.com and Apple.com were no problem for the triple-core Air. Now loading up videos were hardly a task for the Air, and scrolling and pinch to zoom were extremely responsive. Next up is battery life. Now Apple claims you'll get up to 10 solid hours of surfing the web on Wi-Fi and up to 30 days standby time on a full charge. And I have to agree with Apple, I get anywhere from 10 to 12 hours personally, and standby times are amazing. You can literally go to bed with 100% charge and wake up and the device will still be at 98 or 99%. Now, although Apple included a smaller battery in the Air 2 than the original Air, it's completely unnoticeable due to Apple's powerful A8X triple-core processor accompanied by the M8 Motion coprocessor and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Also, Apple's operating system is optimized perfectly for the iPad Air 2 and features no skin overlays. Next up is gaming. Now it's an absolute pleasure to game on the iPad Air 2 with its snappy processor and 2048 by 1536 Retina display. The 64-bit architecture opens the door for extremely fluent gameplay. Now the iPad Air 2's display is very clear and accurate, vibrant, and the processor under the hood ensures no lag or loss of frame rate. There's no better example of a reason for wanting maximum screen real estate like the iPad Air 2 has at 9.7 inches than for gaming. The completely laminated display makes you feel as though you're holding your content rather than holding a device, which does an excellent job at helping submerge you in your content. The Apple App Store has tons of titles to choose from, and even the most graphic-intensive games have yet to cause stutter or lag on the device. Now I'd have to say that gaming is definitely one of my favorite things to do on the Apple iPad Air 2. Next is sound quality, and the iPad Air 2 has some pretty good sounding audio, with the speaker placement being at the bottom of the device. However, I'm a huge fan of front-facing speakers, and with that being said, the sound quality is good, although the volume could be louder. Now, for that reason, I recommend picking up a third-party Bluetooth speaker to help enhance your audio enjoyment. Now, I recently reviewed a Bluetooth speaker that works exceptionally well with the iPad Air 2, and I'll have that video linked down below the like button. So if you're listening, Apple, let's see some front-facing speakers on the iPad Air 3. And lastly, my final thoughts. Apple really focused on thinness and speed with the iPad Air 2, and they definitely delivered both. And also adding the gold option was a very nice touch. I think Apple possibly should have held off on making the device so thin, therefore being able to add a bigger battery and also be able to keep the physical mute switch. Features such as continuity and handoff work great, and while the iPad Air 2 has Touch ID, we still don't have full-blown NFC. Now when it comes to whether or not you should upgrade, I'd say if you have the iPad 4th generation or older, then you should definitely upgrade. Now if you own last year's 1st generation iPad Air, then I'd say it's only worth the upgrade if you're looking for an 18% thinner device, an upgraded processor, a gold color option, or the presence of Touch ID. Now at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you if the Apple iPad Air 2 is right for you. I highly recommend the iPad Air 2 to anyone looking for a solid and reliable tablet. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for me on this one. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and you will be notified in your inbox every time I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to drop a like down below. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Aaron, and I'll see you guys on the next one.